Big.
Yeah.
That's part.
Yeah. There's volleyball courts in Devil Bay.
It's not far.
Hey everyone, welcome to another box break with the boys.
What up?
In honor of Commander Legends 2 Battle for Baldur's Gate, which pre-release happens this weekend, we're going to open this box of Commander Legends collector boosters. So without further ado, go for it.
Oh yeah, look at all those packs. So gorgeous. We'll look this one.
No, that's already Pringle.
Starting off Pringle with the dragon. So, Kitesail Corsair has flying as long as it's attacking. Dahund Operative, as long as you control an artifact, it gets +1/+0 and has Death Touch. Crimson Fleet Commander, trample, when it enters the battlefield, you become the monarch. Pretty cool. Dispel Capsule, 2 and a white, tap, sacrifice it, destroy target artifact or enchantment. Silverback Shaman, trample, whenever Silverback Shaman dies, draw a card. Scaled Behemoth, hexproof, 6/7. Individual Virtue, enchantment and creature tokens you control get +1/+1 and have vigilance. Sani, Eye of the Storm, flying, whenever it attacks, scry X, where X is the number of attacking creatures with flying, partner. Numa Jorga, Chieftain, at the beginning of combat on your turn, you may pay X. When you do, distribute X +1/+1 counters among any number of target elves. Partner. Sakamiya's Will. Yeah, Sakashima's Will. Choose one if you control control a commander as you cast this. You may choose both. Target opponent chooses a creature they control. You gain control of it. Choose target creature you control. Each other creature you control becomes a copy of that creature until end of turn. Swiftfoot Boots. Equipped creature has hexproof and haste. Equipped 1. I've seen that. Abomination of Llanowar. Vigilance Menace. Abomination of Llanowar's power and toughness are each equal to the number of elves you control, plus the number of elf cards in your graveyard. Pretty cool. Nekusar Mindraiser. At the beginning of each player's draw step, that player draws an additional card. Whenever an opponent draws a card, it deals 1 damage to that player. Wow. Jared Clarithan, True Heir. When it enters the battlefield, target opponent becomes the monarch. You can't become the monarch this turn. If damage would be dealt to Jared while you're the monarch, prevent that damage and put that many +1/+1 counters on it. a 1/1 soldier and our dragon.
Nice. Nice.
Super duper paratrooper.
Alright. Let's see what's all up in this one. Wow. Even the inside is foiled. That's kind of cool.
Womp womp. No list card.
There's no list cards in any of these.
I know.
Ooh. Alright. We start off with a Marble Diamond. Marble Diamond enters the battlefield tapped. You can tap it to add 1 white. Prosperous Pirates. When it enters the battlefield, create 2 treasure tokens. It's a 3/4 for 5. That's kind of fun. Bitter Revelation. Look at the top 4 cards of your library. Put 2 of them into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. You lose 2 life. Brazen Freebooter. When it enters the battlefield, create a treasure token. Stone Fury. It deals damage to target creature equal to the number of lands you control. Next up is the Angelic Armaments. Equipped creature gets +2/+2, has flying, and is a white angel in addition to its other colors and types. And it has equip 4. Volcanic Torrent. It has Cascade, which Cascade is whenever you cast the spell, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land card that costs less. You may cast it without paying its mana cost. Put the exiled cards on the bottom of your library in a random order. And the Volcanic Torrent deals X damage to each creature and planeswalker your opponents control, where X is the number of spells you've cast this turn. So it's nice benefits and stuff. Alharu, Solemn Ritualist. When it enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 other target creatures. Whenever a non-token creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it dies, create a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying. And it also has partner. Halana Kessig Ranger. Reach whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control. You may pay 2. When you do, that creature deals damage equal to its power to target creature. This also has partner. Next up is a Dawnglade Regent. When it enters the battlefield, you become the monarch as long as you're a monarch. Permanents you control have hexproof. Ooh, Finehorn Elves. You can tap, and it adds green. Coercive Recruiter. Whenever it or another pirate enters the battlefield under your control, gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap that creature. Until end of turn, it gains haste and becomes a pirate in addition to its other types. Ooh, look at that foiling. I love that. Miara, Thorn of the Glade. Whenever it enters, or another elf you control dies, you may pay 1 and 1 life. If you do, draw a card. This has partner. Oh, I love this creature. It's the Pross Skyraider of Kyr. Whenever you cast a spell, create X01 red kobold creature tokens named Kobolds of Kyrkep, where X is the amount of mana spent to cast it. Flying, sacrifice another creature. The Pross Skyraider of Kyr gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Stop. Yeah. Ooh, Eligeth Crossroads Augur. Flying, if you would scry a number of cards, put that many cards, or draw that many cards instead. And it has partner. And then our soldier and thrall token.
Alright, here's my first pack. Yeah, those kobolds are pretty nice. Sneaky good, sneaky good. Alright, first card up, Moss Diamond. Two generic mana. Enters tap for green mana. Gifts of Paradise. 2 and a green for an enchantment aura. Enchant land. When it enters, you gain 3 life. Enchanted land has add 2 mana of any one color. Angelic Gift. 1 and a white for another aura. Enchant creature. When it enters, draw a card. Enchanted creature has flying. Pilgrim's Eye. I love this card. It came out in Battle for Zendikar. Just really awesome colorless card that helps mana fixing. And a 1/1 flyer is good for blocking anything. Can't go wrong here for 3 generic 1/1 flyer. As I said, when it enters, you may search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. Scob Goliath, 5 and a blue for a 6/9. Nice. As an additional cost to cast the spell, exile 2 creature cards from your graveyard. Trample. Null Caller, 3 and a black for a 2/4 Vampire Shaman. You can pay 3 and a black to exile a creature card from your graveyard. Create a tapped 2/2 black zombie creature token. Nice. Sunset Pyramid, 2 generic for an artifact. Enters the battlefield with 3 brick counters on it. Pay 2 and tap it to remove a brick counter from it to draw a card, or pay 2 and tap it to scry one, so once all the counters are removed, it still has value. Radiant Sarah Archangel, 6 and a white for a 6/4 flyer. Tap another untapped creature you control with flying. Radiant Sarah Archangel gains protection from the color of your choice until end of turn. And this one has partner, meaning you can pair it with another legendary creature of the same color or a different color, and they can both be your commanders. Ghost of Ramirez de Pietro. 2 and a blue for a 2/3 legendary creature spirit pirate. It can't be blocked by creatures with toughness 3 or greater, and when it deals combat damage to a player, choose up to 1 target card in a graveyard that was discarded or put there from a library this turn. Put that card into its owner's hand. And this one also has partner, so it can be partnered with another legendary creature with partner. Soulfire Eruption, 6 red, red, red for a sorcery. Oh, you like this one? The younger one says, nice. Choose any number of target creatures, planeswalkers, and or players. For each of them, exile the top card of your library, then Soulfire Eruption deals damage equal to that card's converted mana cost, or, as we say now, mana value, to that permanent or player. You may play the exiled cards until the end of your next turn. Hey, Jerry. 3 wishes, 1 and a green for a sorcery. Search your library for a forest card, put that card onto the battlefield, then shuffle your library. Full Art Training Center. Here we go. Love me some dual lands. It enters the battlefield tapped unless you have 2 or more opponents. Numa, Jiraga Chieftain. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you may pay double X. When you do, distribute X +1/+1 counters among any number of target elves. And it also has partner. Zedru the Greathearted. 1 blue, red, white for a 2/4. At the beginning of your upkeep, gain X life and draw X cards, where X is the number of permanents you own that your opponents control. Blue, red, white. Target opponent gains control of target permanent you control. Full Art Jeska Thrice Reborn. 2 and a red for a planeswalker, Jeska. It enters the battlefield with a loyalty counter on it for each time you've cast a commander from the command zone this game. It has partner, and it may be your commander. Choose target creature. Until your next turn, if that creature would deal combat damage to one of your opponents, it deals triple that damage to that player instead. Minus X, Jeska deals X damage to each of up to 3 targets. And a token.
Nice. I'll go with this Ancient Animus. Put a +1/+1 counter on a target creature you control if it's legendary. Then it fights target creature an opponent controls. Charcoal Diamond. It enters the battlefield tapped, and then you can tap it for black. Finclade Fugitive. Can't be blocked by a creature with power 2 or less. In core, you can pay 4 and a green. Exile this card from your graveyard. For each opponent, create a token copy that attacks each opponent this turn if able. They gain haste. Sacrifice them at the beginning of the next end step. Activate only as a sorcery. Good old Command Tower. Rupture Spire. Enters the battlefield tapped. Enters the battlefield. When it enters the battlefield, sacrifice it unless you pay 1. Tap, add 1 mana of any color. Fencing Ace. Double strike, 1/1. Burnished Heart. 3, sacrifice it. Search your library for up to 2 basic land cards. Then put them onto the battlefield tapped. Then shuffle your library. Ooh. Nadir, Agent of Duskanel.
Whenever it's one of your favorites.
Oh yeah. Whenever a token you control leaves the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on Nadir, Agent of Duskanel. When it leaves the battlefield, create a number of 1/1 green elf warrior creature tokens equal to its power. Partner.
Oh, the combo!
The combo! So, Togo Goblin Weaponsmith. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, create a colorless equipment artifact token named Rock with equipped creature has 1 tap, sacrifice Rock. This creature deals 2 damage to any target and equip 1. Partner. So, with Togo and Nadir, the rocks are technically tokens. So, you get a bunch of rocks, then you cast him with all the mana that you're building up, and then you throw a bunch of rocks, and +1/+1s, then this guy dies, big tokens, recast him, get more rocks. It's too good. It's too
Profit.
good. Yeah, it's too good. Oh my god. Okay, so Rakshasa Debase.
Rock.
Whenever it attacks, put target creature card from defending player's graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. In core, Victimize.
Ooh.
Choose 2 target creature cards in your graveyard. Sacrifice a creature. If you do, return the chosen cards to the battlefield tapped. Yeah.
Ooh, man.
Blasphemous Act. So, you're like, wow, that costs a 9. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each creature on the battlefield. Blasphemous Act deals 13 damage to each creature. All you gotta do is have 4-player game. Each person has a creature. It's only 5 mana. Board wipe. It's amazing. Glacian Power Stone Engineer. Tap, add X untapped artifacts. Yeah, tap X untapped artifacts you control. Look at the top X cards of your library. Put one of those cards into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. Tuna the Weaver. Lifelink at the beginning of your post-combat main phase. You may pay X life, where X is the number of opponents that were dealt damage this turn. If you do, draw X cards. Partner. Queen. Yeah, Queen. It. Oh, okay. Okay, hold on. Whew.
You got
Itinerant.
this.
Itinerant Meddler. Tap each player may draw a card, then each player who drew a card this way gains 1 life. Golem. And Monarch.
Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Alright.
That Timna's like a $23 card. That's good.
Nice.
The what?
Timna. Foil etched version is.
Oh man. We got another Monarch. Monarch? Yeah, the Monarch. Alright. Omen Speaker. When it enters battlefield, scry 2. It's a 1/3 for 2. Commander Sphere. Tap to add 1 mana of any color in your commander's color identity. Then you can sacrifice it to draw a card. Dragon Mantle. Enchant creature whenever Dragon Mantle enters the battlefield, draw a card. Enchanted creature has you can pay 1 red. This creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Elvish Visionary. When it enters the battlefield, draw a card. Wild Size. Target creature gets +2/+2 and gains trample until end of turn. Merchant Raiders. Whenever Merchant Raiders or another pirate... What? Oh. There we go, okay. Whenever Merchant Raiders or another pirate enters the battlefield under your control, tap up to 1 target creature. That creature doesn't untap during its controller's untap step for as long as you control the Merchant Raiders. Coiling Oracle. When Coiling Oracle enters the battlefield, reveal the top card of your library. If it's a land card, put it into the battlefield. Otherwise, put that card into your hand. Tuya Bearclaw. Whenever it attacks, it gets +X until end of turn, where X is the greatest power among other creatures you control. Dargo the Shipwrecker. As an additional cost to cast this spell, you may sacrifice any number of artifacts and or creatures. This spell costs 2 less to cast for each permanent sacrificed this way, and 2 less to cast for each other artifact or creature you've sacrificed this turn. Trample and Partner. Ooh, I like this so much. The Austere Command. Choose 2. You can destroy all artifacts, destroy all enchantments, destroy all creatures with CMC 3 or less, or destroy all creatures with converted mana cost 4 or greater. Ooh, Boros Charm. Choose 1. Boros Charm deals 4 damage to target player or planeswalker. Or the next one is permanents you control gain indestructible until end of turn. And then the last one is target creature gains double strike until end of turn. Next up is the Horizon Stone. If you would lose, wait, what? That's kind of cool. If you would lose unspent mana, that mana becomes colorless instead. So you don't even get to lose any mana. Ooh, Nadir, Agent of the Dusknell in the
Foil
etched. Whoa. Ravos Soul Tender. Flying other creatures you control get +1/+1. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Okay. Obeka, Brute Chronologist. Tap it. The player whose turn it is may end the turn. Whoa.
That card gets really out of hand.
Horror. Ooh, whoa. Yeah, that seems pretty fun to do.
Alright, well, we're coming up on halfway through this box already. Boy, these collector boosters go fast. Want to give a shout out to our friends over at Dueling Land in Aurora, Colorado. We picked up this box of Commander Legends, like a year and a half ago in the store. And while they don't have any more of these, because, well, frankly, we bought them all, they will be having Commander Legends 2 Battle for Baldur's Gate on sale. Pre-release starts this weekend, and regular release is next weekend. They carry all kinds of Magic product and all other sorts of card games as well, so check them out on the web, Facebook, Instagram, all those sorts of places. Dueling Land, Aurora, Colorado. Alright, back to the cards. Elvish Doomsayer. When it dies, each opponent discards a card. Fertilid. 2 and a green for an elemental. It enters the battlefield with 2+1/+1 counters on it. You can pay 1 and a green to remove one, and target player searches their library for a basic land card, puts it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffles. Spectral Searchlight. It's a 3 generic mana for an artifact. Tap, choose a player. That player adds 1 mana of any color they choose. Sailor of Means. 2 and a blue for a 1/4 human pirate. When it enters the battlefield, create a treasure token. Spontaneous Mutation. 1 blue for an aura. Flash. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets -X/-0, where X is the number of cards in your graveyard. Reclamation Sage. 2 and a green for a 2/1 elf shaman. When it enters the battlefield, you may destroy target artifact or enchantment. Make a Stand. 2 and a white for an instant. Creatures you control get +1/+0 and gain indestructible until end of turn. Nice combat trick, a little expensive. Rogrark, son of Roga. I totally butchered that. Rah. Legendary creature, Kobold Warrior, 0/1. First strike, menace, trample. How's that going to do any damage? Well, you're going to have some sort of combat tricks or other ways to get damage through. And it also has partners, so it can be it can be one of your commanders as well. Brynlin, the Moon Kraken, 6 blue for a 6/8 legendary creature Kraken. It also has partner. When Brynlin enters the battlefield, or whenever you cast a spell with mana value 6 or greater, you may return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Slash the Ranks. Maybe. 3 white for a sorcery. Destroy all creatures and planeswalkers except for commanders. Come on, focus, bud. There you go. Return to Dust. 2 white for an instant. Exile target artifact or enchantment. If you cast a spell during your main phase, you may exile up to 1 other target artifact or enchantment. Get a little bonus there. Zot's Will. 4 and a black for an instant. Choose one. If you control a commander as you cast a spell, you may choose both. Each opponent sacrifices a creature they control with the greatest power. Exile all cards from all opponents' graveyards. Then create X/01 black Thrall creature tokens where X is the greatest power among creature cards exiled this way. Siani, Eye of the Storm, 3 and a blue for a 3/2 flyer. It's a legendary creature, Jin Monk. It also has partner. When Siani, Eye of the Storm attacks, scry X, where X is the number of attacking creatures with flying. Ooh, flying tribal. Thrasios, Triton Hero. It's a green and a blue for a 1/3 Merfolk Wizard. You can pay 4 to scry 1, then reveal the top card of your library. If it's a land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped. Otherwise, draw a card. And it also has partner. Yeah, super spicy. Nimrus, Una's Trickster, 3 blue-black for a 1/6 flash flying fairy knight. Whenever you cast your first spell during each opponent's turn, look at the top 2 cards of your library. Put one of those cards into your hand and the other into your graveyard. And a spirit and a copy token.
take one from here. Plus that. Sky Diamond enters the battlefield tapped and taps for blue. Azure Fleet Admiral. When it enters the battlefield, you become the Monarch. It can't be blocked by creatures the Monarch controls. Lysana Bowmaster. Reach. Whenever you cast an elf spell, you may have it deal 2 damage to target creature with flying. Makeshift Mutations. 1, sacrifice an artifact or creature. It deals 1 damage to any target. Volna Invocator. 8 mana for 3 damage to any target. Slaughter the Strong. Each player chooses any number of creatures they control with total power 4 or less, then sacrifice all other creatures they control. Viscera Seer. Sacrifice a creature, scry 1. Abomination of Llanowar, we've seen that. Kelth Sunmare Familiar. Whenever a commander you control attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Partner, 1/1.
The disc.
The disc. Enters the battlefield tapped. 1 tap. Destroy all artifacts, creatures, and enchantments. Good old board wipe in a disc.
In the disc.
The disc.
The disc. Kadama's Reach. Search your library for up to 2 basic land cards. Reveal those cards. Put one of them to the battlefield tapped and the other into your hand. Then shuffle your library. Yes. Good old timers. Court of Ire. When it enters the battlefield, you become a Monarch. At the beginning of your upkeep, it deals 2 damage to any target. If you're the Monarch, it deals 7 damage to that player or permanent instead. Woo, timers. Anara Wolvid Familiar. As long as it's your turn, commanders you control have indestructible. Interesting. Rehana, Last of the Abzin. Enters the battlefield with 3 +1/+1 counters on it. Whenever a creature you control dies or is put into the command zone, if it had 1 or more +1/+1 counters on it, you may put that many +1/+1 counters on target creature. Partner. Wow.
Ooh.
Woo! East Tree. Reach. Whenever another permanent enters the battlefield under your control, if it wasn't put onto the battlefield with this ability, you may put a permanent card with equal or lesser converted mana cost from your hand onto the battlefield. Partner. Then Golem and Dragon.
Oh man. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Okay. Alright, check this out. Okay, Scholar of Stars. When Scholar of Stars enters the battlefield, if you control an artifact, draw a card. Fire Diamond. It enters the battlefield tapped. You can tap it to add 1 red. Renegade Tactics. Target creature can't block this turn. Draw a card. 9th Bridge Patrol. Whenever another creature you control leaves the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on 9th Bridge Patrol. It's a 1/1 for 2. Oh man, the Prismatic Piper. If the Prismatic Piper is your commander, choose a color before the game begins. The Prismatic Piper is that chosen color. It has partner. It's a 3/3 for 5.
I know that they randomly put these foil cards in here, but nobody needs a foil Prismatic Piper. Period. Like, that just shouldn't be a thing.
Yeah.
Because you're not drafting these.
Yeah, that's true. Vow of Lightning. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2, has first strike, and can't attack you or a planeswalker you control. The Burnished Heart. It's a 3 mana 2/2, and you can pay 3, sacrificing it. You can search your library for up to 2 basic land cards, put them into the battlefield tapped, then shuffle your library. Whoa. Each Tekik. Salvage Splicer. When each Tekik enters the battlefield, create a 3/3 colorless golem artifact creature token. Whenever an artifact is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on each Tekik and a +1/+1 counter on each golem you control. And it has partner. It's Rebek, Architect of Ascension. Artifacts you control have protection from each converted mana cost among artifacts you control, and she has partner. A War Room. You can tap to add colorless, or you can tap it and pay 3, pay life equal to the number of colors in your commander's color identity. Draw a card. Ooh, counterspell. Extended art.
Nice.
Let's go. Counter target spell. Ew, Profane Transfusion.
Whoop!
You 2 target players
That's another
exchange
one
life
of
totals.
the younger one's favorites.
This is like the greatest. It goes in my Togo and Nadir deck.
I hate it so much.
It's so good.
So 2 target players exchange life totals. You create an XX colorless horror artifact creature token, where X is the difference between those players' life totals.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Whoa!
So
Speak of the
good.
devil.
Foil etched Togo the Rockman.
Other rock.
The Rockman. Alright, now we got Kidel, Chosen of Krufix. You can tap to add colorless for each card you've drawn this turn. And it has partner.
ooh, one of the old school partners.
Oh yeah. Glenn, or wait. I think it's just Gen. Yeah, Gen Arkham Weaver. You can pay red, white, and black, tap it, sacrifice an enchantment, return target enchantment card from your graveyard to the battlefield. And then it has 2/3. And then a spirit zombie token.
Glenn.
Yeah.
Alright, here we are. So after this one, we got 3 packs left. Exquisite Huntmaster. 3 and a black for a 4/2 elf warrior. When it dies, create a 1/1 green elf warrior creature token. But it has Encore 4 and a black, so you pay 4 and a black, exile it from your graveyard. For each opponent, create a token copy that attacks that opponent this turn if able. They gain haste, sacrifice them at the beginning of the next end step. Activate only as a sorcery. Flood of Recollection, blue for a sorcery. Return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. Exile Flood of Recollection. Captain's Call, 3 and a white for a sorcery. Create 3 1/1 white soldier creature tokens. Opal Palace, it's a land that taps for colorless mana. You can also pay 1, tap, add 1 mana of any color in your commander's color identity. If you spend this mana to cast your commander, it enters the battlefield with a number of additional +1/+1 counters on it equal to the number of times it's been cast from the command zone this game. Terramorphic Expanse, another mana fixer. Tap, sacrifice it to search for a basic land card. Put it onto the battlefield tapped, and shuffle. Ordeal of Nylea. 1 and a green for an aura, enchant creature. Whenever enchanted creature attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Then if it has 3 or more +1/+1 counters on it, sacrifice Ordeal of Nylea. When you sacrifice Ordeal, search your library for up to 2 basic land cards, put them onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. Fathom Fleet Swordjack. 3 and a red for a 4/3. Whenever Fathom Fleet Swordjack attacks, it deals damage to the player or planeswalker it's attacking equal to the number of artifacts you control. And it has Encore for 5 and a red. Yeah, red artifacts. Yeah. Keskit the Flesh Sculptor. Lovely guy. Bring him home to your mom. 2 and a black for a 1/3 legendary human artificer. Tap, sacrifice 3 other artifacts and or creatures. Look at the top 3 cards of your library, put 2 of them into your hand and the other into your graveyard. And it has partner. Tevish Zot, Doom of Fools. In the foil. Huh?
Imagine.
4 and a black for a planeswalker. +2, create 2 0/1 black thrall creature tokens. +1, you may sacrifice another creature or planeswalker. If you do, draw 2 cards, then draw another card if the sacrificed permanent was a commander. -10, gain control of all commanders. Put all commanders from the command zone onto the battlefield under your control. Tevish Zot, Doom of Fools can be your commander, and it has partner. Yeah, that is a spicy one, and get a little closer here. Woohoo, foil boy. Full art opposition agent. Love me some of this. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, grown test over here. 2 and a black for a 3/2 human rogue with flash. You control your opponents while they're searching their libraries. While an opponent is searching their library, they exile each card they find. You may play those cards for as long as they remain exiled, and you may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast them. Yeah, that's it's a world beater right there. Full art command sphere. Ooh, Phyrexian Triniform. 9 mana for a 9/9 golem. When it dies, create 3/3 colorless golem artifact creature tokens, and it has Encore 12. That might have to go in my Eldrazi deck. No? You not feeling that?
That could actually work.
Yeah, this one's a banger for sure.
I have an idea. You could just make a Phyrexian deck.
I could make a Phyrexian deck.
Oh yeah.
Who would be the commander?
I have no clue.
I mean, I've got a poison deck.
Oh,
That too, that would
Yeah.
work, yeah.
Oh yeah, there you go. Boo. Come on, man. You know you love that Eldrazi deck. Don't even lie. Blue and red for a 1/1 legendary orc pirate. Whenever Captain Vargas Wrath attacks, pirates you control get +1/+1 until end of turn for each time you've cast a commander from the command zone this game. Ooh, loving the red-blue in this pack. Crom, Ludwig's Opus. It's 3 blue-red for a 4/4 flying haste. Whenever an opponent casts their second spell each turn, draw a card, and it's got partner. It's an old-school partner with the dual colors. Arkelos, Lagoon Mystic. 1 black, green, blue for a 2/4 legendary turtle. Where's our turtle friend?
Turtle.
I like turtles. And as long as Arkelos is tapped, other permanents enter the battlefield tapped. As long as it's untapped, other permanents enter the battlefield untapped. So, any of those, dual lands that enter tapped, not a problem anymore.
Slow boy make other slow boy. Fast boy make other fast boy.
Bam, shimmy, lemmy.
Boom, bang, bop. It's my last pack of the day.
thank you everyone for tuning in. We will be back on Saturday evening with some new product. Commander Legends 2 Baldur's Gate, Battle for Baldur's Gate will be out with pre-release items. We'll be back with the freshies.
So, Soul's Fire. 2 in red. Target creature you control deals damage equal to power to any target. Palace Sentinels. When it enters the battlefield, you become the monarch. Yeah, Patrick, it's your favorite. Oh, never mind. That's another dragon. Well,
This is not the dragon you're looking for.
yeah. Spark Tongue Dragon. When enters flying. When enters the battlefield, you may pay 2 in red. If you do, it deals 3 damage to any target. Lifecrafter's Gift. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. Then put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control with a +1/+1 counter. Nice. Wild Heart Invocator. 8 mana. Trample. No. Target creature gets +5/+5 and gains trample until end of turn. Ingenuity Engine. Cascade. 1 tap, sacrifice an artifact, return target artifact you control to its owner's hand. Interesting. Reliquary Tower. No max hand size. Tap,
Full
colorless. Imadi Celebration of Bounty. Yeah, Celebrant of Bounty. Cascade spells you cast with converted mana cost 6 or greater have Cascade. That is an interesting
That's
deck
fun.
idea.
Yeah, and it's in blue-green, which was heavily supported with big stompy stuff in this set.
That is true. Zara, Renegade Recruiter. When it attacks with defending player's hand, you may put a creature card from it onto the battlefield under your control, tapped and attacking the player or planeswalker they control. Return that creature to its owner's hand at the beginning of the next end step. Baldergrift Prototype. Flying. When it deals combat damage to a player, destroy a target non-land permanent of that player's choice that one of your opponents controls. Arcane Signet. Tap. Add 1 mana of any color and your color commander's identity. Oh,
yeah.
I
Oh,
love Red Chaos in this set. There's just, it's the greatest. Isn't Explosion of Riches in this set?
I'm not sure.
I
Maybe.
really hope it is. So, more Red Chaos stuff. Wheel of Misfortune. Each player secretly chooses a number but greater than 0. 0 or greater. Then all players reveal those numbers simultaneously and determine the highest and lowest numbers revealed this way. Wheel of Misfortune deals damage equal to the highest number to each player who chose that number. Each player who didn't choose the lowest number discards their hand, then draws 7 cards.
Yes, Explosion of Riches is in this set.
Yeah, Red Chaos! If you don't know what Explosion of Riches is, it's very fun. You get to draw cards and roll dice or something like that, and it's hilarious. So, a query of... Yeah. Army of the Dead Tide. Tap, exile cards from your graveyard equal to the number of opponents you have. Target creature in your graveyard gains Encore until end of turn. The Encore cost is equal to its mana cost. Maelstrom Wanderer. Cascade creatures you control have haste. Cascade. Belby Corrupted Observer. At the beginning of each player's post-combat main phase, that player adds double colorless for each double waste.
Colorless.
Oh.
Yeah, colorless.
Colorless. For each of your opponents who lost life this turn. Then the Horror and Angel.
Okie dokie. Let's go.
Come on, man. Let's get some good stuff.
All right, here's the Lotus
Better. Or mana drain.
or Mana Drain. Yeah. Well, there we go. That's our winner right there. The Thrall token. Let's go. Cage of Hands. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature can't attack or block. You can pay 1 and a color, or wait, yeah, 1 and a white. Return Cage of Hands to its owner's hand. Goblin Trailblazer. It's a menace 2/1 for 2. Ooh, the Maelstrom Colossus. It's an 8 mana 7/7 with Cascade. Viscera Seer. Sacrifice a creature, scry 1. It's a 1/1 for 1. Ooh, the trusty Pack Beast. When it enters the battlefield, return target artifact card from your graveyard to your hand. Confiscate. Enchant permanent. You control enchanted permanent. Gilt Leaf Winnower. Menace. When it enters the battlefield, you may destroy target non-elf creature whose power and toughness aren't equal. Ooh. Falthis. Shadowcat Familiar. Commanders you control have Menace and Death Touch. Partner. Arden Intrepid Archaeologist. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you may attach a number of auras and equipment you control to target permanent or player, and this also has partner. Whoa. Elvish Dreadlord. Death Touch. When Elvish Dreadlord dies, non-elf creatures get -3/-3 until end of turn. Then it has Encore for 7. Terramorphic Expanse, so you can tap sack, search for a basic land card, and put it onto the battlefield tapped. Soul of Eternity. Soul of Eternity's power and toughness are each equal to your life total, and it has Encore for 9. That's kind of a cool card. Dargo the Shipwrecker in the Etched Foil treatment. Vile Smasher the Fierce. Whenever you cast your first spell each turn, choose an opponent at random. Vile Smasher the Fierce deals damage equal to that spell's converted mana cost to that player or planeswalker that player controls. This has partner. It's Hans Eriksson.
It's Loverboy.
Yep.
Who's
When
got
I-
time to smell the roses? Hans. Booby. I'm your white knight.
Oh my gosh.
No?
Maybe.
Read the flavor
Yeah.
text.
Nothing could ruin such a fine day. Safi. Yeah, right?
Safi.
Safi,
Safi
yeah.
is Hans's sister.
Mm.
Go ahead, read the
Alright.
comment.
Whenever Hans Eriksson's attacks, reveal the top card of your library. If it's a creature card, put it into the battlefield tapped and attacking. Tapped and attacking defending player or planeswalker they control. Otherwise, put that card into your hand. Then, when you put a creature card onto the battlefield this way, it fights Hans. And there's our Golem. So, maybe not the Lotus.
Alright.
But we got a Loverboy.
This is it. This is the last pack. Are we feeling the love, chat? What's up? Well, I can't open it, so maybe that's a good sign. Thanks again, everyone, for tuning in. Yeah, it's the final count. Oh, something like that.
Exactly like that.
Alright. Forceful Denial. 3 blue for an instant. Cascade and target counter spell. Molder Beast. 4 and a green for a 5/3 with trample. Whenever an artifact is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, Molder Beast gets +2/+0 until end of turn. Yeah, we're all thinking that. Benevolent Blessing. 1 and a white for an aura. Flash. Enchant creature. As Benevolent Blessing enters the battlefield, choose a color. Enchanted creature has protection from the chosen color. This effect doesn't remove auras and equipment you control that are already attached to it. Seer's Lantern. 3 mana for an artifact. Tap to add a colorless mana, or pay 2, tap to scry 1. Scrap Diver Serpent. 5 blue for a 5/5. Can't be blocked as long as defending player controls an artifact. Codex Shredder. 1 mana for an artifact. Target player mills a card, or pay 5 mana, tap. Return target card from your graveyard to your hand if you sacrifice it. Interpret the Signs. It's a 5 and a blue for a sorcery. Scry 3, then reveal the top card of your library. Draw cards equal to that card's converted mana cost. Yuri, Master of the Review. Black-red for a 1/1 legendary human shaman. Whenever you sack a permanent, put a +1/+1 counter on Yuri. When Yuri dies, it deals damage equal to its power to any target. Elegith, Crossroads Augur. 4 blue for a 5/6 flying sphinx. If you would scry a number of cards, draw that many cards instead. And this one has partner. Rakshasa Debaser in the full art foil. Ooh, a Braid in the full art. 1 and a red for an instant. Choose 1. It deals 3 damage to target creature or destroy target artifact. Rings of Brighthearth in 3 mana artifact. Whenever you activate an ability, if it isn't a mana ability, you may pay 2. If you do, copy that ability. You may choose new targets for the copy. Malcolm, Keen-Eyed Navigator. 2 and a blue for a 2/2 flying Siren Pirate. Whenever 1 or more pirates you control deal damage to your opponents, you create a treasure token for each opponent dealt damage, and it has partner. Ooh, Muldrotha the Gravetide. 3 black, green, blue for a 6/6 legendary elemental avatar. During each of your turns, you may play a land and cast a permanent spell of each permanent type from your graveyard. And finally, Yurlok of Scorch Thrash. 1 black, red, green for a 4/4 Viashino Shaman with Vigilance. A player losing unspent mana causes that player to lose that much life. Good old Mana Burn is back. That's right. You can pay 1, tap it, and each player adds black, red, and green. And our token.
Woohoo!
No fire.
No fire. We didn't quite get there.
I mean, the first card was kind of fire.
All right, everyone. Well, that concludes our stream for today. As I said, Dueling Land in Aurora, Colorado, we're going to be having a pre-release event tomorrow, and we will be back Saturday evening with another box of the most recent set, Commander Legends 2, Battle for Baldur's Gate, and we look forward to seeing you then. Thanks everyone for tuning in, and let's see. Maybe we'll raid out. Who's on? Ooh, my buddy the Sleestack. Alright, we're gonna raid into my buddy the Sleestack. Oh, Big Stove. How about we do Big Stove instead? Skip, this will be a video on demand. So you can watch it, and I'm also putting it up on YouTube. So once again, thank you everyone for tuning in, and we will see you hopefully on Saturday.
See ya.